In today's video, I'm going to share with you the journey that I've taken from transitioning from my 9-to-5 job in the corporate world to pursuing entrepreneurship. What I want to share with you today are the lessons and insights that I've learned on this journey so far, and to show you that it is possible for anybody to do. My name is Sal, and it has been just over 1 year since I left my 9-to-5 job to pursue a career in e-commerce. Over the last year, I have spent my life building my e-commerce business and growing it, and I want to share with you my journey into how I got there, what I was doing beforehand, what triggered me to make the transition from a 9-to-5 to starting my own business, and what lessons I have learned on this journey so that you can also make this jump if it's something that you want to do. The purpose of this video is quite simple. I want to show you that it is possible for anybody to make this transition. I was once upon a time in a 9-to-5. I was miserable. I hated what I was doing and I really wanted to do something. But all I did was wait for that opportunity to come. I used to think, hey, one day I'm going to get this opportunity. I'm going to get a chance to start my own business and, something will just magically fall across my lap. What I realized was that the onus was on me to make that leap of faith. The onus was on me to make that transformation, and today I'm going to share with you exactly how I did that. To give you a little bit of a background, because I know I haven't recorded a video in quite a while, but I graduated from university in 2020. I actually had a law degree, but I didn't really want to pursue law and I didn't know what to do. Because we were in the middle of a pandemic, it was really difficult to get jobs. But like most people, I thought that the route was find a job, climb up the ladder, get experience and go down that route until I retired so that I can then get my pension. Little did I know at the time how misled I was and how much was actually out there in this world. So 2020, I graduated from university and I got a job. My uncle gave me a job at his company to be a sales director. So I went to his job and I was selling PPE during the pandemic. There was obviously a lot of demand for face masks and shields and all the sort of thing that you needed for protection during COVID, of course. And I spent 2 years at that company doing sales. I got bored after a year and a half. I got very comfortable. It got very easy. And for me, that was, a massive indicator that I had to leave and move on. So after 2 years there in 2022, I moved on to a corporate job. I moved to a big company called Alpha Sites where I spent time doing consulting, and I worked with companies like McKinsey, Bain, BCG, your standard sort of consulting companies. I worked there from 2022 until 2023. I spent my time in consulting. I learned a lot, but halfway through, I realized that it just wasn't for me, When that reality hit that I was making the company £50,000 and taking home about 2,000 myself, that's when I realized, wow, I'm making passive income for someone else. And I just knew I couldn't do this anymore, But I always thought from a very young age, and this is going to sound quite arrogant, I always thought I was destined for greater things. But I think the difference at the time was I thought, oh, hey, the opportunity will fall into my lap. One day I'm going to know what I'm meant to do. It's going to, open up to me. It's going to show me what I'm capable of. And then I'm going to, be destined for great things. What I realized halfway through my corporate job was that the onus was on me to make that transition. I had to transform myself as an individual. I had to make sacrifices. I had to start working a lot harder, and I had to find a business. I had to find a model that I could take, because the truth is, you're told, you watch a lot of videos and people will tell you, this is the best business model and that's the best business model and this is the business model that'll get you to 10K a month. And the reality is, the secret that the gurus out there don't want you to know is every single business model works, right? As long as you find one that fits your skill set, you stick to it for a long enough time and you just stay consistent and keep pushing. Once I realized that, I realized, okay, I need to just go out there and try something. So I tried Amazon, I tried a little bit of Shopify, and then finally I came across Etsy dropshipping. December of 2022 is when I came across Etsy dropshipping, and I realized, okay, I need to double down on this and put in a lot of time. And so at that point in time, I now knew that I had to make this transition. I knew that I really wanted to quit. And so it was a case of, okay, when I come home from work every day, because I used to go into work in the city of London, and it took me an hour and a half to get there, hour and a half to get home. So I used to leave my home at 6 in the morning and I would get home at 9 p.m. at night. What I realized was when I came home at 9 p.m. at night, instead of just turning on Netflix, playing the PlayStation, I had to sacrifice the little bit of dopamine hit that I would get, and I had to put my head down and spend those 2 hours every single day on my business. And that's what I did. From December, January, February, March, all I did every single day after work was put my head down and work. When the Christmas holidays and New Year came, everyone else would go on holiday, have a good time, go to parties, go out. I just locked myself in my room and I just worked all day, all night. Every single bit of free time that I had was dedicated to working, because I just knew that I was destined for greater things than 9 to 5. And I knew that in order to escape the rat race, or as some people like to say, escape the matrix, I knew that I had to put in the work. I had to sacrifice and I had to work really hard. What I did was I spent every single day working on it until I finally managed to replace my 9 to 5 income. Once I saw the proof of concept, I started to see that this thing was real. In March, I decided, okay, I'm going to quit my 9 to 5 and I'm going to go all in into this Etsy business. It wasn't easy, right? It was the scariest thing that I've done in my professional life so far, was telling my bosses, telling my parents, telling my family that I'm quitting my job to pursue my dreams, pursue my own business, right? But I knew that this was the person that I wanted to become. It was a challenge, it was scary, but it was also something that excited me, because I was going to work and I just felt like I was on autopilot. My brain was dead. I wasn't stimulated. I was just doing the same things every single day. And you know what? I realized that I had sacrificed my time. I gave my whole life to this company and it wasn't giving me the fulfillment in life that I needed, right? So I put in lots of work, I put in lots of effort. And in March, I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I had a little bit of savings. I started to make money. I saw how the business worked. And so I took that leap of faith and I quit, right? Through being consistent every single day, through making sacrifice. I cut out all the friends who just wanted to have a good time. And I went all in into building this business. Here we are 1 year later, recording this video in April. And I can say to you with absolute certainty that I'm very grateful that I am now in the position I am in today, where I now am my own boss. I work my own hours. I do what I want when I want. And I'm also on this journey to just constantly leveling up and trying to be a better version of myself, right? Am I in a better place than I was a year ago today? 100%. Do I think that my life is easier now than it was back then? No. But what you start to realize is you live for wanting to have a hard life. You want to grow. Life is about constantly becoming a better version of yourself. What I like to tell myself is, today I want to be a better version than I was yesterday. And if I keep that mindset, I'll always grow and thrive and develop, you know? If you focus on becoming an individual who can provide value to society, who can level up your skills and just be the best version of yourself, that's what's really important, right? Because perfection doesn't exist. And if you can focus on just striving all the time, that's what it's all about, right? I'm not trying to show off or say that I'm better than you, because I'm not, right? We're all the same. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. But for those of you watching who are in that position where you hate your job and you don't know how to make that transition and you're scared, I'm here to tell you that it's genuinely possible if you're willing to sacrifice, if you're willing to change your environment, if you're willing to be consistent and dedicated to leveling up and getting out of your comfort zone. Then anybody can do this, right? Anybody can pursue a career of entrepreneurship. Anyone can quit their job and start their business, because you're told that the path is, we were all told the path is go to school, go to university, go to college, go to get your job, and then, climb up the ladders in your company until you retire. But in reality, that is so much harder and less fulfilling than pursuing a greater good, right? Pursuing the greater good, which is constantly leveling yourself up and being the best version of yourself and becoming somebody who can provide value to society. If you're watching this video and you're somebody who feels like you're stuck in your 9 to 5 and you're dreaming of breaking free and you want to start your own business, I'm here to tell you that that's possible. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to happen overnight? No. But with the right mindset, with the right strategies, with the right insights, with the right plan, if you are willing to put in the work, you can also do what I have done and break and escape that rat race to achieve your dreams, to become that individual that you envision yourself to become. As long as you're willing to sacrifice and work hard, we can all make it. My promise to you now is that I am going to post a video every single week. I know I used to post videos 6 months ago for those of you who did see my video 6 months ago, and I'm now going to be more consistent because what I realized over the last year as I built my e-commerce business was I just needed that first step to break out of the rat race, like they say, right? But my true dream, my true passion is I want to help other people also become the best version of themselves. I want to help you break that pattern of mediocrity. I want you to get out of your comfort zone. And if I can help you make that transition, that would be fulfilling. I'm not going to lie to you and say to you that selfishly, that's not going to make me feel really good, because it is, right? But we all have to pursue our passions, because what's the point of living life if you're just going to be a robot and just course through life without knowing what fulfills you, right? And for me, my fulfillment is trying to help you break through that rat race as well, right? And my promise to you is that I'm going to post a video at least once every single week going forward on this channel to share with you the insights and lessons that I have learned through my life so far on this journey. And as I continue to go on this journey, I'm going to share it with you, if you will allow me to, of course. I want to share with you what I've done so far, how I've got here, and where I'm going to go next. If you can even take one little thing from this, then I'd like to think that I've provided some sort of value to you, which is what I'm going to do going forward. Today's video was just to give you a little bit of a history into where I've been for the last year. I stopped recording videos because I wanted to go all in on focusing on my e-commerce business. I wanted to dedicate all my time to building that business, automate it, become the individual that I had to become in order to get to this point where I can share this with you. But today was just a summary into what I've been doing and where I'm at right now. And as we go forward, I'm going to share with you lessons that I've learned. I'm going to share with you the traits that I feel like are important when you're making this transition. I'm going to share with you the sacrifices that I had to make that I hope you can make too. And hopefully as we continue on this journey and you guys see my growth, you can hold me accountable, and hopefully in return, I can help you on your journey as well. So here's my challenge to you. If you're ready to go on this journey with me to become the best version of yourself, if you're ready to escape the rat race and quit your 9-to-5 to start your own business, what I'm going to ask you to do is very simple. I'm going to ask you after this video to write down what your dream is. I know it sounds a little bit silly and it probably sounds like, what's he making me do? But it's good to write things down, because by writing it down, you're also ingraining it into your brain even more. And at least if you have an idea of what your dream is and what your goals in life are, then we have a starting point and we can start working on it. Because at the end of the day, there's a saying, a dream without a goal is like a ship without a compass. If you don't know what your goal is, how are you meant to manifest your dreams into existence, right? So the first thing that I ask you to do after you finish watching this video is write down your dream and write down your goal. It doesn't have to be the goal till the end of days. Just ask yourself, what do I want from my life? What do I want to achieve? At least if we can start there, we can start building that blueprint to help make that transition from the 9-to-5 to entrepreneurship, or whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe you don't want to quit your 9-to-5. Maybe you want to find a job that's more enriching. Maybe you want to become a freelancer. Maybe you do want to start your own business, right? At the end of the day, you need to ask yourself what you want first. Once you get to understand that, then you will know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate those of you there who support me. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like and subscribe. And there is a link in the description. Sign up to that, and I will be sharing more of my insights and strategies that allowed me to make the transition from a 9-to-5 into entrepreneurship. Until next time.